that we have a service agreement with Dow, okay, for a variety of services. And that service contract ended, I think, about 2 years ago, where it was coming to an end. So we had to make a choice.
Services for
everything, IT,
okay.
The HR modules, the engineering control room, what is the software you're going to use for the control room. Mm-hmm. The entire set of services that you take for granted. Mm-hmm. What is the certain HR policies that needs to be documented? What are you going to do? Now, if MEGlobal had to do this on its own, like I told you, we have a turnover of $3.5 billion and we have 230 people. Okay, it's an incredible ratio. So how do I look at the credit of the customers that I'm serving? Let's say I have $500 million of cash that needs to be rolled over. Where do I put it? Do I go to a bank? If I have to hedge something, what do I do? If I have a duty issue in Brazil, do I now open an office in Brazil? I mean, for the kind of customers that we want to serve, if MEGlobal had to do everything on its own, we would easily need 500 to 600 people, and about 300 of them would be staff who have nothing to do with making the product or dealing with customers. So you have a service agreement with Dow. Now here, what is the right amount of money to pay a company that actually owns half of you, because there is an inherent conflict? And what is the level of service that you're allowed to expect so that you're getting value for your money? Now look at it from the PIC side. Why should MEGlobal, subsidize a service provider? Because essentially we are leveraging off a service that is being provided to the rest of Dow. And, is this another way of one partner taking more money out of PIC? Okay. But so the way I skinned the cat, which worked extremely well, was we said, you know what? Here is the way to do it. We will go out into a bidding process. Okay, so we had an RFP, as they call it. We actually brought a third-party consultant in who ran the entire process for us. And we asked 5 different external companies to bid on it. So these are the large players, the Accentures, the IBMs, so it was like truly professional companies, defined what we wanted. And because of the relationship and the history, Dow was also allowed to bid. And the board has very strict governance criteria where Dow cannot vote on the selection process where Dow is the bidder. And there were clear Chinese walls established and stuff like that. And it was a highly tense moment as to, we need to make sure that Dow doesn't know what the others have bid. The other bidders have to be exposed to everything, so that, because the first question from the other bidders was, how do you know we have a chance here when Dow is one of the bidders, which was a very fair question. But if you ask the consultant, he will tell you it was an extremely fair process. Dow won the bid fair and square, and it's not a huge contract or something like that. And Dow provides the services, which is a huge advantage for us, because if we had to go elsewhere, we would have had to hire so many people only to provide services. At the end of the day, what is our business? Our business is to produce and sell MEG. Our business is not to find the right Microsoft Windows version, or whether I need a Lenovo computer or a Compaq computer. I'm not interested in understanding that. Mm-hmm. That has to be outsourced. Mm-hmm. So the fact that we are able to keep our focus on trying to grow MEGlobal and run this enterprise was a huge help. And the partners, despite their, what shall I say, vehement discussions, strong heated discussions, some of them right here in this office where the vendor selection process happened, were completely in alignment when the final selection occurred. Mm-hmm. Because it made the most money for MEGlobal. It was economics that drove the decision and nothing else.